Hi everyone. Thought you might all like to join me on a new journey that I'm taking part in. And today the journey is acrylic pour. I've been so desperate to try this for a long time. So I've never done it before, as you can see everything's so shiny. Went in Poundland and I got one of these trays because I saw that other people were using them. You got £2 for £1 in the pack. While I was in there, I also picked up a few of these baking racks, I suppose you call them. When you're making cakes, you want to put them on to cooling racks. So I've got that placed inside. I've got a canvas there. I know some people, they put gesso on it. I haven't done that. I want to see what happens. This is my first time, so I'm going to wing it and see how it goes first, my first one. I picked up some palette knives, just went in the works. I've spent £4 buying these. I've got lots of plastic cups, which again I got a pack of 80 from Poundland for £1, what a bargain. I've got some lolly sticks that I picked up online. Sorry, I can't remember how much I paid for them. I've got some Liquid Text Professional pouring medium, and I've got, I'm going to pick it up carefully, some treadmill oil, silicone oil. I'm picking up carefully because I ordered it online and it's been sitting there, and I've just spent about half an hour trying to take the plastic off that it arrived in, and I didn't realise it must have been leaking. And that was a right pain getting all that plastic off. The one I got actually came with a syringe as well, but thinking about it, I was going to get something else out from, just bear with me for a moment. Sorry about that. I've got a pipette for when I'm doing my watercolours, so I'm going to try using that rather than a syringe, because I think I'm probably going to use too much if I use a syringe. As I'm also, because it's a new one, I'm just using paint from the works, £2 there for 200 mils, and got a white one as well. I don't want to use too many colours on my first one, so I'm just having a go to see what happens. And because I'm a bit of a tart, I'll be honest with you, I hear people say, use one part this, one part that, and I can never ever work out how people do things like that. So I saw a man, Dave, can't remember his name, I'll put it on underneath as I'm saying this bit, his video, and he actually used scales to weigh his stuff. So I'm actually going to do that. So I've got myself some electronic kitchen scales. So, right, let's get going. So basically, I'm going to move that out of the way for a moment. Don't need that right now. I've got my latex-free gloves on. Please bear in mind, if you use latex gloves, but if you're planning on selling paintings, I'm always a bit weary. I've got a niece who's highly allergic to latex. You know, if you've got the latex gloves on, and you've touched a piece of artwork, I don't know if that could cause a reaction in someone. I'd rather not find out. So that's why you see me in the non-latex ones, which I got on YouTube, not YouTube, Amazon. Got a box of 200, and I brought large because I've got big hands, and maybe I should have got a smaller one because they're a bit big on me, but never mind. I've also got some ordinary water in a jug, even though everyone seems to prefer using the distilled water. I haven't got any. So we're making do on this first occasion. So to start off with, let's be brave. Tried my new scales for the first time. Sorry that you can't actually see them. I should have probably played with them first, but never mind. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to, never thought about that, taking the ends off. I always have a carrier bag near where I'm sitting when I'm doing, or standing when I'm doing my artwork, because I use kitchen towels a lot, and it's a lot easier. You've just got a bin next, something to do with the rubbish next to you. So I'm going to put some paint in. 10. I'm going to put 10 in. So that's almost measuring up to 10. And that means then, whoops, I'm going to need to make the 10 go up to 30 using the Liquid X, which hopefully I won't get the red paint all over. Just wipe that off my glove. You can see I'm well prepared here. I love trying out new stuff. Oh, that's got a stopper on it as well. Take that seal off. I know a lot of people use PVA glue. They make up their own one. I decided probably not the safest way of doing it. I decided not to. No, I've got to take the glove off. Can't grab hold of it. To actually use the good stuff. I've got Floetrol as well, but I'm using this one today. Put the glove back on. I really don't want anything all over my hands. Right, so, and of course the scale's gone off, so let's turn that back on. Right, so that says 10. I'm going to try and make this go 20 without getting everywhere. Whoops. Okay, I made it 27. So what I should do is, and I won't bother about a 3. What I should do is, I should put some more of this in. Oh, 10, 20. No, that's right, isn't it? No, I wouldn't need that much. Duh. So it was 10, so I wanted double of the Liquid Tex. Then I'm going to stir that up. And I could stir. I'm doing this on the scale so that it doesn't turn off. And then I'm going to make it go up to, put another 10 of water in, so 27 would have been 30. So I'm going to go to 37. Right. And then I should give that a good stir. Feels a bit runny, perhaps I've done it wrong. Do you know what, I love the fun of trying things out for the first time. I watch all the videos, you know, I watch people and I think, oh, that looks really good, I'd really like to try that. But in reality, sometimes when you actually try to do that yourself, it doesn't quite work out. As you'll see, it's supposed to be like a nice stream, you can't see, a nice stream of liquid, and it's not. I've made it too runny. My brain says put a bit more or something thicker in it, so I'm going to put a little bit more red in it. Just a little bit. Oh, by the way, not only have I got a plastic tablecloth, but I've got a plastic rolled plastic covering that I brought in Wilko, and I've got that over the top. Hopefully it won't be so messy. See, in reality, folks, when you try it, it don't quite work out how they do it. So I've gone wrong somewhere, or I haven't stirred it long enough. I think it didn't need as much water. So that's not a problem. I shall put that to the side and we'll go back to the drawing board. So we'll start off with this. No, I don't say 0. Oh, I see. So perhaps if I do that. Ah, it's on 0 now. Right, let's try again. Right, so that's exactly 10 Ujima flips. Oh, I tell you what, I never thought, it's been sitting on the side, perhaps this needed a good shake. I thought about that. Right. As if I use the hole, I'll do it better this time. Right, so 10, I want to take it up to 30. One. Fine. Give it a good stir. I'm only keeping my hand on the scale so I don't have to reset them. Right, so let's have a good stir. Let's put that back on. So this time I'm not going to do a whole 10 of water, I'm just going to do 5 and see how we get on. We'll see how that one works out. See, all different make paints work in different ways. You know, I use deco art and artiste paints, and artiste paints are a lot thicker than deco art. So there is a difference sometimes. See, now I'm happy with that. I don't know if you can see it or not, but that is dribbling in the way I've seen other people doing. It's good. Oh, it means I've got a recipe. Woohoo! One step closer. Right, so does this feel really off or not? But I've bought loads of new paints recently. Right, so now I'm going to do yellow. Again, I'm going for 10. And then I will go for 20 of this in, so I'm going to take it up to 30. Another lolly stick. Some exciting stuff, you know. Right. Now I just put 5 of water in. Take that to 35. Give it another stir. So much of my artwork I do sitting down. It's really strange to be standing up doing this. Yeah, it's the right consistency again, that's brilliant. Right. By the way, if you're interested, I've got my scales in Wilko's. Right, so now we want blue. I'm glad it's on my gloves and not on my fingers. Right, so I want 10 of this. And then I want 20 of the liquid text. Give that a stir. Tell you what, you take up this art ball and you've got a really good excuse for eating loads of lollies, haven't you? So you can have the sticks. You might save a fortune in the art shop, but it'd be a very expensive way of doing it. Right, mix that up. Apparently you've got to mix it with the floater before you put the water in because it don't work otherwise. So now, where have I got to? Give that a stir. Yep, that's fine. Now I need to make one in white. So again, I'm making up to 10 on the scales. Actually went 11, but what's one between friends? Right, so now 20 of this end, so I'll take it up to 30. And then another lolly stick. Give it another stir. Oh, by the way, all you experts out there, because I know there's a lot of you out there, feel free to put any comments on underneath if you can see the errors of any of my ways. Because this really is me just having a go. So open to suggestions. Right. Put some water in. Did feel a bit thicker, the white. Let's give it a stir. I'm just going to put a tiny little bit more water in. So I said earlier, didn't I, that it felt a bit thicker, the white paint to me. I don't believe that just going up one of the scales would have made that much difference. But then that might be why I can't bake cakes. Right, okay, I think that's it. So, move the scales out of the way. Now, as I haven't used the treadmill or silicone oil before, I want to practice doing me drops. So I don't want to end up having done too many. So I'm just going to put a bit of kitchen roll down. And I'm going to practice doing a few drops. Okay, see how easy it is. One. See, that dropped off the actual thing. Yeah, see, I'm glad I practiced that because that's something which I'll probably take time to master. I don't want to waste too much of that. Okay, oh God, we're getting to the exciting part in a minute. Woohoo! Right, so now I'm going to make sure I'm using the right one. That one and the yellow. Oh, I'm told that if you put the silicone on and you stir it, it makes smaller cells. Or if you just put it in your lever, it makes big cells. And because I'm new to this, don't mean a lot to me, that very useful information. So let's just get these paints out of the way. So I'm going to put some stuff in my Utima for that. Right, so I can't remember if they put it in the yellow one, white or not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drops in the yellow. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 drops in the blue. I'm going to do more in the red, and I'll tell you why. Because to me, red's an angry colour. Oh gosh. Do you know what? I think that decided to measure itself. That's something I need to master. Right, okay. And then bottles up, move them out of the way. Ooh, exciting stuff. So now I've got 1 cup And I will tip with a white stir. I can't remember if when I watch videos if people put the silicone oil in the white as well. I can't remember. I'm going to tip the white in there. Suppose I could have just used the white cup. We can all be clever afterwards. Then I'm going to put in, so I did give that a stir, that one, didn't I? I'm going to put in some of the yellow. And I'm going to put in, without stirring, some of the blue. Then I'm going to use some of the red. Then I'm going to use some more of the blue. This is really exciting, this is. I'm going to put in some more yellow. Probably making too much, it'll probably end up everywhere. Do you know what, I really feel like this is probably enough paint. So I'm going to leave that as it is. And waste not, want not. If I don't need that later on, put it on another canvas. So just move them out of the way. Oh, the moment of truth. You can see why I go through so much kitchen town, can't you? I'm a messy pup. Right, so there's my canvas. So what I'm going to do is, I think they call it a dirty, is this what they call dirty pour? See, this is how much I know. Right, so I'm going to put that on top, and then like a magician, turn it over quickly. Ah! Oh my god, this is so much fun. Should I twist it? Yeah. I've got to do it the same as everybody else. Let's twist it. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. Oh my gosh, look at that. That looks like a mouth with teeth. Oh my god, that is brilliant. Let me zoom in for you. Look at that. Problem is though, I've got to get over the rest of the canvas, haven't I? Oh. Just go back to that a little bit. Right, okay. So let's see what happens. This is exciting stuff. I can see me having lots of fun with this, you know. Now what I'm going to do is, what am I going to do? I'm actually, no, it's a bit nerve-wracking, so because I don't know if I use enough paint or not. That's why I do it all on one side first. I could tip some on, couldn't I? I never thought of that. So for example, I could put a bit more red over here, couldn't I? And a bit more yellow in the middle actually. Ooh. A bit more blue. See how they just dripped off my The paint will fit the canvas. It will. I'm so tempted to use one of the palette knives, but I feel like that's cheating to do that. See if I can get some of this blue over here. Looks like I've got a ghost appearing. No, I am going to. I'm going to use this Rouge Mephilet. No, I've been a wimp. And actually, I've seen people do something like that. At the end of the day, this is my first attempt. So, if there's one I'm going to muck up, I'd rather it was this one. I'll tell you what we're going to do. Whoops. See, I'm using my left hand to do this. Well, you can't see actually, but I only ever use my left hand when I'm doing artwork. Rest of the time, right hand all the time. At the end of the day, some of you might be watching and saying, thinking, oh, she don't want to do that. But I have never been anyone to just do what you're supposed to do, as you've probably worked out if you've watched any of my other videos. So what I feel is that perhaps I should have used all that paint earlier. But there's not a lot left over, so I think it probably was the right amount that I actually mixed up. your own rules. I wish I'd mixed some gold up now, because gold would have looked brilliant. Now let's see, how can I move this without getting covered in paint? Probably can't. If I pick up the whole tray, would that work? Come on, mate. Yeah, that's better. You can't blame a girl for trying, can you? I want you to go over the edges. Oh, lolly stick, okay. Lolly stick. How about the lolly stick? I don't want it to dry and have loads of white canvas showing. If I do that, it will the other paint will naturally flow towards it because that's wet as well. All you experience quick poor people are probably laughing your socks off or crying at the moment at the travesty of what I'm doing to this canvas. I should have used more paint at the beginning. Let's do that again. I'll tell you what, right, I might be making a pig's ear of it, but I'm not having a lot of fun. Come on, mates. Now, I would have thought that this had happened to a few people as well when they first tried doing this. Turn it around the other side. And perhaps it's supposed to be blurred in the corners. Could be. Do you know what this it looks like? Someone's run over a Cadbury's cream egg. Oh, whoever invented this, you know, I absolutely love you. I really do. Because you have definitely brought me a lot of joy tonight. I'm seeing, I suppose that might be what somebody else called a bubble. I should get in blue. Presuming. Wow. I might have broken every rule in the book, but I'm quite pleased with that. Be interesting to see what it's like when it's dried. So I've got some cleaning up to do now, so I'm going to leave that to dry, and we'll come back when it's dried properly. But I hope you've enjoyed however long we've been talking for, I don't know, because I definitely have. So thank you for watching.